A brand new scam in Benidorm town that is trying to steal tourist phones. Benidorm's keeping all the tourists that are leaving Magaluf, one of the most renowned nightclub and party destination in Mallorca. Why is everyone leaving and why is everyone coming to Benidorm town? Plus the tourism update and the weather forecast, all in today's video. Stay tuned if you want to get to know slightly more about these latest news from Benidorm town. Let's begin. First of all, let's start with the tourism update. As you all know, it is extremely busy and hotels have almost full occupancy now. Many places are between 85% of occupancy and 95, 96, which means that if they have any kind of room blocked and not available, they are basically at its full capacity. Everything is full. We do not see such a big amount of crowds on the streets, probably because Benidorm is so big. So people are just moving around different spaces. Someone is on the Levante beach, others on the Poniente beach, others in the old town, Rincon de Loich, maybe exploring nearby villages, or on the Sunday's market, excursions, theme parks, etc. So at the end, even though it is so full, we do not actually feel bad about it, like we are in an overcrowded space and we need desperately to get out of it. So it's not overwhelming. All the theme parks are open. The Terra Natura, Aqua Natura, which is slightly outside Benidorm, right next to Terra Mythica. Terra Mythica is also open. We also have the Aqualandia and Mundo Mar. We have a full video actually of all these parks combined where we give you all the useful information and put up some video clips of when we personally were there. And you will be able to see if it's actually worth going and what you might expect. You can find it by just clicking Benidorm by Anna theme parks and the video will pop up immediately from our playlist. So apart from that, obviously the excursions, nearby villages such as Guadalest village, we also have quite a few videos about it. Really recommend it. It's an old castle village from the Moors time and it has stunning views to a gorgeous baby blue lake and the mountains, the valley. That's where some of the best wine of Alicante actually is being produced. Apart from that, Altea Old Town, Alicante, Albir Village, which is where we are located. Plenty of spaces, plenty of things to do. There's also sea excursions to the Tabarca Island. We filmed it for you guys as well. It's an incredible place to spend like a whole entire day out there in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, but you can comfortably get there from Benidorm Port or from Alicante or even from Santa Pola, which is the fastest way because they have speedboats. There's so many things to do, so many places to explore, so people know it, people do it, which is why it is not overwhelming whatsoever. All the options are available for you guys, and don't forget that between 19th and 24th of June right now, we will be celebrating Hogueras de San Juan. This is mostly celebrated in Alicante area, right in the city of Alicante and San Juan beach. So this is where you will be able to go see some nice wooden monuments. They will burn them to the ground. There's going to be fireworks. There's going to be processions. There's going to be parades. There's going to be plenty of music everywhere you go. And mascleta, obviously. Typical Spanish firecrackers with a rhythm, like a music. Apart from that, here on the 21st, we will have the Night of San Juan, which basically is in Benidorm town and in La Cala Finestrat, right at the end of Poniente Beach in Benidorm. There's going to be a giant celebration with live DJ music, entertainment for kids, for the whole family. The beach will be packed up as you've never seen it before with authentic tables and candles. People will be sitting out there up until past midnight, having a lovely dinner and enjoying and jumping through the waves, which is what brings us luck. At least that's what we've been told. And this is a tradition that all of us do follow. So if you will be here, join it. If not, maybe you have something to consider for your next year's visit. Let's continue with the two main news now. One of them is a brand new scam in Benidorm town. Some of people have alerted already tourists, but we feel that it is our duty to alert you guys whenever things like these happen so that you would be informed. First of all, this is a brand new scam that not locals, but bands and groups who come here to the area to work their summer off are doing and performing mostly on tourists. These criminal organizations, or thieves in general, scammers, what they do is that they search for tourists. They come to them and they say, oh, well, I don't know where the hotel is located, or I'm lost, where is this and this and this hotel? And now when I talk about it, I actually remember we were speaking with my husband and I was doing a video in English for you guys, and my husband wasn't speaking at all in Spanish, nothing. So one person speaking in English came to us and started to ask us, oh, I don't know where this hotel is, can you show me in Google Maps where it's located? And we were filming, so obviously the person didn't look like a tourist, which is what kind of caught our eye, and it was really strange, so we just walked away. My husband just told him it's there, that's it. He didn't take his phone off, so that's how it finished. But this is what they do. They ask you, where is the Hotel Regente? Where is the Hotel Flash? Where is the hotel? And they do not ask for a hotel that is easily renowned, if you know what I mean. They ask you places that you're not too sure how to explain usually. You would need to get Google Maps, like, oh, I've lost my friends, I don't know where the hotel is, I don't remember, can you show me in Google Maps where it is, more or less, so that I could see how far it is, or more or less where do I need to go, just to be sure that I don't get lost. I don't have my phone with me, or my battery died of a phone. I don't have how to communicate with my friends, right? So people, what they do usually is they take their phone, they unlock it, which is the key. They unlock it, they show him, they enter in Google Maps, and once they start typing, which is when you have a phone just with one hand, usually you have it like this, right? So when you start typing, that's when they grab it and they run away. And the worst part is that you would say, well, okay, the phone, yeah, sometimes, what if it's not like an expensive phone? What if it's just a regular phone, like an Android that it costs like 100 euros? They don't care. Let me tell you why. Because they're not going after your phone. What they are going is your data that is in your phone, your payment methods, your accesses, your saved up cards inside of the phone with the card number, etc. Because a lot of the times, whenever you have your card saved up, if you use your apps or something on the phone, whenever you go to Google, it just says to you, do you want to use the same card? And it just copies all the data from your card. They have hackers working with them. So obviously once the phone is unlocked, it is vulnerable. That's why when they act, that's when they pay like 50, 100 euros, with the phone, because a lot of the times it doesn't even need, iPhones do. They need like a face recognition. But a lot of the times just click 2 times, just press it, and they just charge you the amount without the PIN number, without anything at all. But what they do is they steal your data mostly. And like this, they just empty your bank accounts like that. You won't even be able to blink. So in these cases, if something like this happens, first of all, do not open your Google Maps. Just tell them you're not sure, you're very sorry. Probably it's somewhere there, but ask a Spanish. A Spanish will know better because I'm on holidays as well. Just do that. If you do not know for sure, do not take your phone out. Do not use Google Maps or an iPhone, the Maps app. Do not do it. Okay, just tell them it's there, or I'm not sure, ask here in the cafeteria, locals are working here, they'll be able to help you out. That's it. You will, obviously, if you don't know, you will show the person the way out of it if it's actually true, asking a local. Or if it's not true, well, you will just avoid your phone and your data being stolen. So be very, very careful. This is happening in many places, and the world is more digital each and every single time. So there's just new ways that people are trying to steal your data, and they know that our phones are packed up with it, and this is how they act. So stay safe on your holidays in Benidorm town. Now let's continue with the last news, and this is about a very strange thing that is happening right now. And it is something that they've seen in Mallorca. You know that there are a couple of places that are quite famous for nightlife, especially for like nightclubs and partying. One of them is obviously Ibiza, which is like a renowned place for partying. But if it's not the case, there's also 2 of them. One of them was Benidorm, which was changing and is constantly changing to offer more quality, being less known for a drunk party non-stop and like total madness and craziness, and being more quality oriented place where there's a little bit for everyone. And there's also Mallorca, which is where we have Magaluf. Magaluf is a touristic destination right next to Calvia, which is where there is one street that is packed up with nightclubs, and this street even has its own documentary on Spanish television, where they show every single night what is going on and the craziness and the madness that's happening out there. Ambulances, drugs, drinks, fights, whatever you got, it's in this documentary. So what is happening strangely is that this year and at the end of last year, they've seen there is quite a big decrease in these types of tourists. So statistically, what they see, these people are changing and shifting from Magaluf towards Benidorm back again. Not sure what is the reason. If you know it, enlighten us here in the comment section. You're more than free to do so. It is just interesting why people switch from Magaluf to Benidorm back again, especially like party groups, which is why some of you did ask us if there's any stag hen-dos, if there's any bridal showers here, like groups of friends. And yes, there are quite a lot of groups here, which wasn't usually the case in these days if you think like previous years, but now it is. We can see plenty of them everywhere in Benidorm town. And some of us, some of the people who live here, locals as well, and tourists, got a little bit worried, thinking on what if it's gonna be back to where it was. What if Benidorm will be back to the fame of like drunk, non-stop partying, everything allowed type of tourism? What if this will happen back again? Honestly, I don't think so, because Benidorm's positioned itself quite strong within family-oriented tourism. There are still some people out there who think it's just a party place, which it is not. Those of you who come here, you know what it is all about. There's just a few streets that are like these, but the rest is quality, it's culture, it's viewpoints, it's nature. It's so many incredible places to visit and check out, and it definitely has a little bit of everything for everyone. But for some reason Magaluf is shifting. Maybe it's just temporary, maybe it's forever, and more families start to arrive to that area. So more families on all-inclusive, for example. So something is going on. Ibiza is still a place to go, but groups are choosing Benidorm instead. Maybe because people do not prioritize drunk tourism any longer. Maybe even like younger generations, younger groups. Maybe it's because it's not because of Magaluf. It's because people have different priorities now and they have a different way of tourism. You know how many groups we actually see right now on the Levante beach? Walking, doing power walks from early in the morning with their sneakers, like sports shoes, the bottle of water, their complete like sports outfit, girls and guys, just doing sports, grabbing a rented bicycle, enjoying. Obviously, there's still people are still grabbing cocktails and drinks and all of this stuff, but it is not an insane way of holidays, you know? It's not like leave your head out here and go party. It's not that. So maybe that is the case too. People are just shifting to a different way of enjoying the holidays, which also wouldn't be so bad, wouldn't it? In any case, all these groups are coming to Benidorm, a lot of them. Magaluf isn't empty, but many people do shift to other touristic destinations, and one of them is Benidorm town, which is why it's going to be even busier, and which is why you will see some of the groups out here. But plenty of these groups are fully civilized, let me tell you guys. So it's not as bad as it might sound, or it's not as bad as some newspapers might tell it actually is. And now let's talk about the weather. What is going on right now? We do have some clouds in the sky, but it is really hot outside, especially on the sunshine. So we need some sun hats, sunglasses, obviously something to protect ourselves, the sunscreen that we use daily, at least us locals. It's really recommended because the UV rays are quite hard, and people just get sunburns. That's what you can actually see on plenty of terraces in Benidorm town. It's not even needed to mention it, because you can see it daily in our videos. There's not going to be any kind of rain, at least whatsoever, at least for now. For this upcoming week, might be some clouds, but no rain. And the temperatures are of around 30 degrees all these days. There might be some peak points where it's going to be 32, 33, 34 real feel, but the average temperature is between 28 and 32. And the water temperature is of 22.7 degrees already in Benidorm at least. In Albir, it's slightly cooler, a few degrees, 22, 21.7 more or less. So it's a little bit cooler, but still great to enjoy during your holidays. And the temperatures obviously will remain like this and will grow only from now onwards up until the end of August, beginning of September. The true summer is here. Thank you for accompanying us in today's latest Benidorm news update. We wish you a lovely day, and we will see you here on the channel very soon with a brand new video tomorrow. Stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to help us grow and reach more Benidorm fans. Goodbye.